Ladies and gentlemen, look, I don't even want to waste time. It's your boy Tazz. You're listening to or watching the Intro Podcast or the Intro Podcast TV, whichever one. I appreciate you guys for doing so. Look, y'all already see who on the camera. Oh my freaking gosh. It is the beautiful, wonderful, talented actress, singer. She can probably tap dance and do a backwards flip if you let her. The one and only Miss Angelica Ross. What's up?
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for that amazing intro. Thank you.
How are you today?
I am good. I'm rested a little bit because I just had a nap earlier today. I went to the DMV earlier this morning, so that was quite interesting. There was day two of the DMV because day one I didn't have what I needed. So but you wait in line for like an hour before you realize you don't have what you need.
Yes.
So day two, but still just calm and collective. It was amazing, and what was so amazing is like I was wearing a headscarf, sunglasses. I'm in the DMV, and this guy comes up to me. He's just like, I just want to let you know that I love everything that you do, and I support you in the movie. And I'm just like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm thinking to myself now, I thought I was out here being incognito. and, and here I am getting, and everybody's recognizing me. The person that did my car verification, they were like, oh, yes, And it's just sometimes I feel good because sometimes when you're doing a lot of this work and sometimes you're dealing with all these challenges, there's when you're LGBTQ and all that, we're talking about bills and all this stuff, all this fight for just your dignity and everything. It really is nice when you have these moments in public where people recognize you and the work that you do.
Well, I absolutely love the work that you do. I want to talk about where I first learned about you, or where I fell in love with you at. I gotta talk about Pose.
Yes.
Miss Candy Furiosity.
Yeah.
How what through all the seasons of that show, what did you take from it?
What I took, honestly, it's something that I've always known as an actor. But I guess I think I really experienced on Pose is that, there's a saying, there are no small parts.
Yeah.
Only small actors,
Yeah.
And so even though Candy was not considered to be the main character, she took up so much space in a way that that left a mark on people. And so that's what I learned out of those whole 3 years. It was really just about how I showed up.
What was the reaction, or how did you guys feel whenever, because like to me, Pose was accepted universally from the LGBTQ community, the heterosexuals, like everyone loved Pose.
It was it seemed like that, and we definitely did have a universal audience, hands down. We had a universal audience. But it's so funny because there was still a huge, our community, and like, especially in the Black community, there's this huge sector that's either transphobic, homophobic, or both, and really just pretending not to be, you know what I'm saying? And just pretending to be cool with everybody. And so, like, there's a lot of Black folks who never saw the show, and folks who are in the industry never saw the show, didn't understand its the value of the show, and thought that, really that all of us actors on the show were just, niche actors, what I'm saying, that we're lucky to have this show sort of situation. But, what I think a lot of us proved is that we were valuable not only to that story, but in many other stories beyond Pose.
Yeah. For me, I'm not gonna lie. You all taught me. I thought I knew what it was to be a part of the LGBTQ. Y'all taught me, Taz, you don't know nothing. Everything that you think you know is absolutely null and void. You dealt with so many issues, even in your character. How did you get into the mindset to play that role? Because you had a very emotional role.
Yeah. Well, there's, it's two sides to it. One is that, I grew up kind of on the streets, and I had my own house mother, and that's where I got the name Ross from. I get it from Tracy Ross. There's Tracy Ross, there's Tommy Ross. There's a lot of us Rosses out there, and we're more on the pageant queen side. And But it's really the same thing. We're navigating underemployment, sometimes having to do sex work or other gig work to, to kind of get by. And so there were a lot of girls that raised me, sort of, so to speak, and sisters that I grew up with. And so playing Candy was very much a composite of all the girls. And for me, it was like a homage to the girls, where I was bringing all these like wonderful things about Candy that I was bringing from the girls. And then, there's my own experience that I've experienced from family rejection and things like that. Bringing all of that to the screen, we didn't have to, rehearse a lot. It was always just very fresh. It was stuff that we, and I preferred it that way, because I felt like when you all got to see it and feel it, it was fresh. It felt new. It didn't feel like something I just rehearsed. You know what I mean?
A lot of times people go unseen in the community. A lot of people go wondering if I'll ever make it out. You show that there is a way to make it out of situations. You show what it is to love yourself. You also show major strength.
Thank
you show that I don't care what I'm going up against. I know I can make it up until that particular moment. But just for being able to show that, we appreciate you. I want to talk about, I saw a recent interview that you done with Kirk Franklin, and you were so freaking transparent. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
That interview, I thought Pose had me emotional. That interview had me like questioning everything. How did it feel to sit and talk with Kirk?
It was such a 360 moment to sit and talk with Kirk Franklin. I, grew up listening to his music. So to sit there talking to him, knowing the space that he comes from, that is, that we know to be really homophobic, and transphobic, and hate the sin, love the sinner. I mean, we really don't. We get like the scraps of love. You know what I mean, when it comes to religion. And so, to hear him apologize on behalf of, of Christianity as a whole, and to like affirm, not only my value, but like what I would say with him is like, it was great for me to be able to have that experience. But I it's my wish and hope that more queer and trans people experience what I'm experiencing, not just because I'm famous and people want to talk to me, but because like you just know off jump, they're also worthy of your respect.
I think that and again, that interview resonated with me because I've been a church baby since I've been alive, and I've had to deal with the because I'm good at what I do it, but not get the recognition because of the lifestyle. So listening to you talk on that interview,
but honestly, and this is what I always tell people, to be real honest. Here's the reality. Like you said, it's hard for certain folks, especially folks like us, to be seen, right? In the first place. So the fact that you do see me, what you're really seeing is your reflection. What you're really seeing is someone who, like you, is working towards their dreams and goals, regardless of anyone handing it to them, greenlighting them, or even affirming to them, hey, baby, boo, you going in the right direction, whether you got a cheerleader or not. And that's the thing. Like even with, it all depends on the situation or whatever. But let me just say that, like, I have some great fans, you know what I mean? And I go hard, but I also can feel this very real ignoring from people, when I am working my tail off and putting things out there. People I know, people who say they're friends, people who say they support, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I don't see them nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, in any, and so it's like, it's all good. It's all fine. But because I understand that I am in a cycle of synergy and reflection. I am going somewhere.
Yes.
with not only my life, but my spirit. My spirit is taking me places that put me in places where I cannot be where the joy and the peace or the space or the success or the whatever I have, the happiness
Yeah.
cannot be taken away. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's for those who are looking for the same thing, working for the same thing, striving towards the same thing. Those that see me, they end up being like empowered and motivated by what I'm doing, because they see themselves. Like, that's what I try to tell people. I'm special. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I mean, I own all the things that I am, but I am also just amongst in the big scheme of this big ass planet and all the things that are going on.
Yeah.
I'm just a reflection of human possibility. So if you see me, see your reflection.
Whenever you came to that realization for yourself, how did you feel?
When I finally realized that the world that I see was just a reflection to me and my own possibilities and what was possible for my life, I was able to breathe a little better, let go, to not judge myself so much, to not be working at such a feverish pace.
Yeah.
Like, well, why am I not where I need to be? I need to get here. I'm not doing this yet. I'm not doing that yet. And I just, when you let go of all of that, and sort of start to embrace every aspect of the journey, the beginning, the middle, the plot twist, and the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I love your new single, PURR.
Are you feeling it? Does it make you purr?
It's making me purr. It's making me dance, and I don't even dance. But you make me, you make me want to get up and do a little something. And I'm seeing all of this wonderful equipment behind you. So is it fair to say that you are the writer, producer, and everything?
Well, not on this track. On this track, I am the writer. One of the writers. I wrote it with two friends at maybe a couple days after I finished my run on Broadway as Roxy Hart in Chicago. Thank you very much. Yes. My manager hooked me up with these songwriters right before I left New York. And we sat and wrote this in one sitting. Alex International is the producer of the track. And as soon as he played it for me, I was like, excuse me?
Yes.
And so we started writing to it. But I have another song that's going to be coming out right after this one. It's a more of like an up-tempo ballad that I wrote and produced the music in my studio. It's called Higher Ground, and it's with Terrell Carter. I don't know if you know Terrell Carter, but Terrell Carter
know Terrell Carter. Oh my God, the singing sensation himself.
Exactly. So he is crooning on this track, and it's just it's so beautiful. We both sound so beautiful on the track, so I cannot wait to release that one as well. So I got a lot of music on the way, a lot.
Well, I manifested you on this show. My next manifestation is I'm doing a song with you. I'm gonna just send your manager all my stuff and be like, tell her listen to me. And whenever she
listen, I'm pretty sure you manifesting this, because my manager knows I'm in a space right now where I'm collaborating with a little bit of everybody. I'm just keeping myself open and like learning from other artists, from their vibes, from their what have you, bringing what I bring to the table. So hit up my people. Let's see what we can make. What we can cook up.
So let's talk about PURR. Let's talk about the concept.
Yes, it's all about celebrating femme queen energy. Like, so there's a clean version and there's a explicit version.
Yes, there is.
And in the explicit version, it's like, say the magic words and watch this pussy purr.
Yes.
And we know that in our community, we know that being pussy is a vibe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Pussy is a vibe, and can't everybody, get into it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody embraces that, even though there's a mask and femme side to us all.
Yeah.
But this song PURR is all for those who embrace the pussy in them. You know what I'm saying? And want to hear it and watch it purr. So I'm hoping, and I already see people already on social media starting to play the music in their reels and things like that, and watching
Yes.
them purr. And I just cannot wait for summer. I'm performing this song at Stonewall Day in New York at the end of Pride month in June, and it's going to be in the same lineup as Christina Aguilera. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a big moment for me, for PURR, for our community, and I'm just so happy that as soon as people hit play, they feel it and start celebrating with me. Like, this is one of those songs that you immediately get. You ain't gotta be like, "Oh, girl, that's cute," or you ain't gotta like make up no whatever. No, it makes you feel something. You know what I mean?
It comes on like from the very first beat. See, like I
Boom,
just
boom, boom,
recently
boom,
got
boom.
into that genre, but I am soaked into it now. Like when I'm feeling down or I'm feeling like, that's where I go to now.
Yes, it's giving Renaissance vibes, you know. It's giving Donna Summers vibes. Like, as soon as I heard the track, I knew that it was going to be a great song and for community, but I was a little nervous to do it because I was just like, oh, this is like a bop vibe. Like, can I bring what I need to bring? But let me tell you, I got a surprise. Like, I have some visuals that I shot with Derek Blanks in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking at over the video footage right now to kind of select some moments, and it's going to be nasty. Like, I am so excited to drop these visuals. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be dropping some visuals, and we got a surprise appearance in those visuals from a couple people that you all love very, very, very much.
Wow. I have to say it, and I hope my viewers and listeners don't be offended, baby. Your body is ridiculous. I don't know what your diet is or what it's not, but that thing is working.
You know, chicken and fish. You mostly chicken and fish and vegetables. You know, smoothies. You know.
Speaking of chicken, since I told you about it earlier, baby, that chicken sandwich you had on Instagram made me want to go get one right then and there.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm bad with chicken, but there's some great. You know, I live downtown Los Angeles, so there's some great spots that I can kind of run and get something quick. But you know, lately I live so close to the grocery store that I go to the grocery store, grab something real quick, and I've been cooking something. I used to not cook. I could. My mom taught me how to cook, but I just didn't cook, and I had assistants doing stuff for me and blah blah. But now I don't have any assistance right now, and I've been doing like everything pretty much myself. And to be honest, like it's been great because, you know, not everybody understands what it takes to do this work and to be me and to show up and whatever. And I hustle hard, and I hustle so hard. And what people just fail to realize, even sometimes people who work for me, is, and even people who have seen the money and seeing that, like, I don't get a weekly check. I work and have these big jobs, and sometimes, you know, have to wait 30 days or more to get paid. And so, you know, what I've learned is that, like, the sacrifice that it takes and all of that, just so other people can feel comfortable with their weekly check, and other people can feel comfortable and all these different things, but they're not giving the kind of effort that I'm giving, and I don't get that kind of weekly check. Meaning, I'm working like you would not believe. You understand what I'm saying? But of course, it's my life, my dream, my thing, my whatever. But like, I'm also paying people. You know, I was paying people great full salaries, or, you know, whatever, and like, you know, folks were like half showing up or giving me, I'm sorry, my bad. All these things are costing me money and all the different things or whatever. And so, like, what I think I'm doing right now, at least the chapter I'm in right now, is I'm slowing down. Because so that I can manage things myself. Because again, as much people look on the outside and be like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that or whatever. When you really get into it and see what the commitment or what what this is really asking of you, folks don't really want that kind of smoke. They don't want to, you know, whatever. And it's just like, you know, and again, I'm only saying this to say it so that people understand. I'm not just talking about just paying people any whatever. I'm talking about paying people like $70,000 a year. You understand what I'm saying? Like to and wanting to get their commitment and not getting it, you know? And so, you know, so like, again, I'm at a really, really, really beautiful, peaceful space right now where I have my management, my agents, or whatever. I make my own music when I want to make my own music. I'm producing things. I'm writing a movie, right? It's not writing, excuse me. I'm executive producing a movie that I'm starring in with someone very notable, who's also co-executive producing it with me. We have an amazing director that just came on board. So I'm working on my first feature film. That takes time. I'm producing other, things that are in the works. So I'm kind of just minding my business and like really trying not to get lost in the fame and the celebrity and all of that because again, you don't see me out here in the streets at all the things because who gonna pay for that?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that ain't making me money, like,
I'm
yes,
saying
okay.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't go to every premiere. I'm about to go to this Transformers premiere because my girl MJ Rodriguez is in the movie. You know
Are
what
you
I'm saying? So,
serious?
yeah, so I'm going to go. I'm going to be like, that's at least what I've seen because I've seen her post about it and blah blah blah. So like, I just got the invite. I think it's on the 1st, June 1st, is the premiere here in LA. So I'm going to that premiere. I'm gonna dress cute. I'm gonna do a little something 1 2 1 2. But like as a celebrity, yes, this is our business showing up and blah blah blah. But at the same time, if I'm not on a show right now, if I'm not doing certain things, they're not paying me to be there.
Yeah.
So like I'm not going to be paying thousands of dollars to be showing up here and everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? This is business.
Yeah.
Show business.
Yes.
And I'm
There's
about my business.
Yes.
It's two parts, sweetie. 2 parts.
I love the fact that you show up as you unapologetically in full force.
Absolutely.
What did it take for you to get there?
I want to be as authentic as I can when I say that I have reached this place of freedom, loving myself, all this kind of stuff or whatever. A lot of it has come through transitioning. So the issue is like when you're a trans person, it is a calling, it is a prompt for you to change. Something in you is saying, like I got to transition or what have you. And when you don't listen to that, it causes a lot of misery. You're off your mark. You don't know what's going on. Like you're not listening to yourself and following yourself, those who are trans.
Yeah.
When you start to follow that, you start to align. You start to get in alignment. And one thing that I know is that I used to always say, I want to feel whole right now.
Yes.
Not when I have a partner and I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not when I have the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the money comes and opportunity comes for that. Who knows if it will come or whatever. So I had to have that mindset that I am whole right now.
Yeah.
That nothing can make me more of a woman than just the path and experience I have day by day.
Yeah.
And so by having that mindset when I did have the surgery, it deepened my understanding of like, I really don't care what you have to say about me.
Yeah.
So much so that I be sitting on camera for national TV interviews.
Yeah.
Not a lick of makeup on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like as a trans person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to be so far in my dysphoria, you couldn't catch me without a wig. You couldn't catch me without a bead. You couldn't catch me without earrings in my ear and different things or whatever the case is. So it's like I am comfortable, cozy.
Yes. Yes.
Cozy.
Yeah. I think it resonates with me because being in the community, but like I told you before, but also being church boy, I lived for them and done the bylaws or whatever and ended up miserable.
Yeah.
It wasn't until a couple of years ago that it's like I got that knock that said, wake up. Because I was on the verge of suicide. I was on the verge of saying I'm done because I'm living for everybody, and they're still not satisfied with that. And whenever I got to the point, I was like, okay, I'm not answering to none of these folk because they're never going to be happy. I got cozy. I got comfortable in my skin.
Yes, I'm so glad that you did because I will say that you know, a lot of people know my story and know that like when I was younger, my mother got run up in the church and things like that. You know, basically gave me an ultimatum and asked me, told me either you commit suicide or I'm going to because I cannot handle this situation. And what I want people like yourself, our entire community to understand, and you'll see this, you are going to see this even more. I survived a suicide attempt when I was 16. Had I not, Angelica Ross.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so important for me to make sure people understand I am a reflection.
Yeah.
So all the greatness, all the value, all the whatever you see in me is also in you if you give it time. If you give it love and energy and support and nurture those pieces of yourself, you also will get time. Give yourself time to grow into your purpose, to grow into who you are supposed to become. But it is challenging, but you have to understand that challenge is absolutely a part of the process. It's baked into it. You need the challenge in order to change. Change does not come without challenge.
Yeah.
So just know that there would be no Laverne's, Janet Mock's, Angelica Ross's if we did not choose to keep living. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to, if whoever's hearing this right now and may needed to hear this right now, keep living.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it looks like in your circumstances, just know, like any good movie, you are in the part of the film where we're watching and waiting for the person to get it and to get over and to overcome whatever obstacles in front of them. Keep living.
Before we go, because I feel like I can talk to you for another 24 hours.
I know. I'm
this.
lined up. Oh my goodness, I have so many interviews lined up. It's so great. I'm so glad.
Where can our listeners and viewers find out more about you, and where can we get PURR?
Yes, well, listen, PURR is on all platforms right now. You can download it everywhere. You can play it on YouTube. You can play it on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to and stream music. Please download, add PURR to your playlist, to your gym playlist, to your sweated out playlist.
Yes.
But also you can always visit me at Miss Ross, MISSROSS.com. That is where I will continue to roll out a lot of things that are on the way. So if you stay tuned at MissRoss.com, you'll get to see a lot of great stuff on the way.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we will definitely have a link on our website to find her music and to her website. But we want to thank you so much, Miss Angelica Ross, for spending a little time with your boy in the spotlight on the intro. Whenever you come to Dallas, I need you in Dallas, baby. I got you.
Listen, when I come to Dallas, we're going to do a writing session. How about that? That's what we're going to do.
Y'all heard it first. But look, everybody, thank you guys for looking. Thank you guys for watching. Angelica, I love you so much. And thank you for being my special guest for my Pitch TV show that is going to take over. And I'm excited about that also. Anything else you would like to share before we leave?
That's it. Just also support Trans Tech, my nonprofit that's all about helping marginalized folks learn technology and build their skills so that they can compete in this job market.
Yes.
And you don't have to be trans to be a part of Trans Tech. You just have to understand that all bodies are valuable.
Yes. And that body behind you is a hell of... I'm going to the gym when I leave here, girl. I'm going to the gym. I promise. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Intro Podcast. Once again, Miss Angelica Ross. Check out PURR on all streaming platforms. Thank you guys for looking. Thank you guys for watching. And we are out.